You're watching QTV Youth Dialogue, and I am Jenna Basonko. I am so excited to be here because today, we have a special episode where we'll be featuring all the activities that young people will be leading next week or this week. So it's just all about young people and the activities that they're handling, and it's really, really great to know that young people are taking the lead in all sectors. And to start with is Clean Art Gambia. They'll be having a children's climate change conference with the amazing work that they've been doing, especially targeting children, catch them young to ensure that they understand what the environment is all about, because we need to act now. I was just from reading QTV News, and this particular story done by Mamadou Ramin Choi actually focused on how 53% of trees have been lost in the Gambia in nearly 8 decades. Gambia used to be admired for, our beautiful ecosystem, and eventually we're losing that. So to help preserve that is Clean Art Gambia, and I'm joined by two representatives, Seti Janjai as well as Mr. Ba. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. Chair, I'm super excited about the children's conference because, most of the time it's about when the COP happens, when other, conferences happen, it's the older people meeting and making decisions for these children. But now you decided to engage children themselves. How was this idea conceived?
Well, thank you, Geneva. Thank you, everyone. Good evening once again, viewers. I mean, really, this idea came about. It's propelled by the need to definitely nurture young people, to teach them about understanding the climate change, like literally building their capacities to understand what it takes to protect our environment, advocate for climate change, and definitely pushed further, because you talked about it from a news story you read, how almost all of our trees are being lost. We really need to take it up as young people. And by doing that, we have to definitely prepare the next generation that is coming in terms of preservation of our environment and protection of climate change. So that is basically what propelled us to take it up as a civil society organization, to make sure we also play our part in making sure these young people, the capacities of these young people are built, but also to give them the right platform to network, gain opportunities in making sure something that they believe, as in a climate change advocacy, they will have the opportunity to push it.
All right. So, Mr. Ba, what modalities is this particular climate change conference going to take?
Yeah, we have, let me just go back a bit from where we have started. We started so many projects that is tailored to catch the young people and children specifically. Just last few months, around March, we have gone to go for a nationwide talk where we engage on climate education. We educated almost 150 young people across the country from these areas, whereby we targeted young people and try to capacitize them and build their capacity as far as climate change is concerned. So from that also, we also have another program that was Art for Art. And this Art for Art also brings children from schools. We bring them together in one place at how to call it, American Corner, Fajara, where they also manifested, we giving them the idea. Like they come with ideas about climate change, and with this idea, they also come up with solutions, and then they make a very beautiful art, and within that, they were able to manifest those ideas, and then able to explain how it affects the young people and even the Gambian and the world at large. And then from there, we also have a pitching program that was where people where we organize where we invited organizations to come on board as well to ensure that they also give out their solutions, and their ideas were all manifested on the pitching. And then the three winners that have emerged, we also give them some tokens that they can use to support them. That is ranging from $50,000 to $100,000 to support them, so that they can make those brilliant ideas. They can able to to go over it. So I was not long ago. I was in Fast Njaga Choi. Right. Yeah, in Fast Njaga Choi, where I have seen firsthand how those people are working hard in ensuring that the money that was given, they are putting it into action. Okay. Yeah. So ahead, we are also coming for the most anticipated children
National conference.
national conference that is going to be taking place on the 13th of July at Sarada Kerawa Conference Hall, where we are targeting all the young people and children across the country, to come on one roof to discuss about climate change and give out their voice, raise out their voices, and bring in possible solutions that we can use as a recommendation to policy makers.
Yeah, so Shea, what specific outcomes are you looking forward to after this conference? But sorry, before that, I'm putting the cart before the horse here. How are these children and youth selected?
Thank you once again. Just to add on to what my colleague just concluded, to say that this is done in partnership with UNICEF,
Right.
UNICEF the Gambia, and State of Mike. So literally, you ask about basically the selection process.
And later we go to the outcomes.
An
perspective.
application was rolled out, basically where young people, so if you look at the theme, it is literally talking about the climate change conference focusing on children and young people. So, and we're doing this collectively with the Ministry of Youth and Sport and also the Ministry of Women, Gender and Children Affairs. We're also working with the Ministry of Environment. So a selection process was rolled out where a majority of young people within the youth cadre were able to apply. And we did a shortlisting just to look into whose specific interests, yes. And to meet basically the objectives of the conference. But more so for the children, we were able to look into different secondary schools where they will send in representatives. Especially, you will realize that most of these high schools will have environmental clubs, whereas those people that are already at a very young age, are already interested in environment and the climate change and its protection and so on. So they will be picked, they will be handpicked to be part of the delegates that are going to participate. We've had representatives from PWDs, like persons with disabilities.
Right.
We're also selected from their schools level, but also from the Gambia Federation of the Disabled that we're working collectively. We've had people, representatives across all different regions that are going to come, be with us. It is just going to be an amazing convergence of young people that are very interested in climate change.
About it.
We're looking forward to having you, Jennifer, with your expertise in participating in COP and many other climate change environment, just to come and talk to these young people. Have a conversation. Let the conversation begin.
I think we need to start somewhere. And I'm happy that you're targeting children because, like I said, it is in other countries, it's been done there, ensuring that children are actually in the forefront. I think we're just catching up as a country, so thumbs up to Clean Art for this. So, Mr. Ba, what specific outcomes, are you looking forward to? After this, are you going to have a children's network? What are the specific outcomes that we should look forward to after the conference? Yeah,
we are looking forward to, like I said earlier, nurturing them. And we've been nurturing them within this within the conference. We are going to allow them to discuss and then share their ideas. And then these ideas later on, we will be using them, to compile them, to advise, to give it as a roadmap for the National Assembly members and policy makers and all stakeholders that are concerned in regards to climate change. Because we believe that the young people have a voice, and most of the time they are neglected, and they are the most vulnerable when it comes to climate change. So that is the rationale behind it.
And just to add on that, based on the outcome of the conference, we are going to work across court to make sure we provide the first ever national children and youth climate strategy on climate change that literally we will share with government officials, National Assembly members, and other civil society organizations to just pick up to make sure. And as I said earlier, it is going to be a convergence of different stakeholders. So it is not going to be a voice of Clean Art, that strategic document. It's going to be very, very concrete, which represents the voice of almost everyone that is interested in environment and climate change. We're also going to be interested in advocacy, like creating awareness, just to expose these young people
to even talking, going to television programs. I like that.
Climate financing, negotiations,
damage and loss, all of those.
Exactly, damage and loss. So all of those discussions will be put on a table. We discuss it. Definitely, if I'm interested in that course, I'll definitely be able to pursue.
So is Clean Art looking to start maybe school clubs? you know, school clubs. Are you working around that? Considering that you're focusing on children, it is easier also to do these school clubs that can be used. Is that an idea on the pipeline?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr.
Mr. Ba?
Yeah, we are already on that. Like I said, in every region that we have reached out to during our nationwide tour,
Right.
we have ensured that those young people, you know, create some environment, because we were targeting school children. So we make sure that when they go back to the school, let them form, and then we will support them in any need that may arise in the future. So we are obviously on that. We are
So we
observing
put it upon them, just to add, that we put it upon them. We roll out sort of an awareness, sort of an outreach, sort of, just to go into their schools, talk to them about environment, climate change, the importance and all that, then put it onto them to get their leaders, maybe form a club that they're going to push this.
So you're not like imposing it. You want it to be like more voluntary.
Exactly, for it to be, let's say, they control it at their own level. But we've had some positive outcomes from it, because you could see schools like Sehmas, were able to at least come up with being these things, space where they will be able to put all the
rubbish
that's been gathered over the week and so on, just to make sure it's representing what we are advocating for.
I like that, and I see that you also did a tree planting, you know. But the tree planting, though, I know it's a good thing, but eventually I think there's some sort of innovation that has to be added to the actual tree planting that takes place, because then the trees are planted and that's the end of it. So what is Clean Art doing to make it special, where it's not just a tree planting and then everybody disperses, where it's a tree planting that's sustainable? Any measures on that?
So for the first tree planting exercise we started with, that was when we started Clean Art newly, was in Banjul.
Yes, I participated.
Exactly, that was the need to basically, it was generated by, fueled by the need to make sure we plant trees, mostly coconut trees, around the Banjul beach, just to make sure the water doesn't rise
my
over.
problem is organizations don't go back to check on these. That sense of sustainability.
But for this one, just to say that we've been in partnership with Doc Banjul, which is an civil society organization, a project in Banjul under the Banjul City Council, BCC. So it's been
watched
up and rolling,
by them.
because it's been watched by the council officials.
How about other tree plantings that Clean Art facilitated?
So most of the tree planting exercises we do are community-led. Are community-led. So we
just today I was in Bakau School, and I observed that those trees that we have planted there during the summer last year, they are growing fine.
I like that.
Yes, they are growing fine. We are monitoring them. Time to time we go there and then we observe whether it's growing.
Jennifer, what we do is to get the trees, get all the support that is needed, the equipment and the necessary technicalities, just to go, but give it to them. It becomes a community led. The one we did at Sukuta was also by the Sukuta, in partnership with the Sukuta VDC, that is the Village Development Committee.
But anyway, there should be some form of monitoring and evaluation.
Yes.
Here and there. It is important for these things. But due to time constraints, like I said today, we have a packed show, because we'll be featuring young people who will be handling this week and next week Gambian youths
Yeah, just to maybe say this, that it is going to be the first ever national children and youth conference on climate change. Every issues around climate change will be discussed. We are having veterans, government officials, civil society, and every other key stakeholder in environment and climate change will be in attendance. So we are just going to make sure the discussions unfold, and we are just going to encourage the participants to come on time, just to make sure the event starts proper,
everything happens smoothly.
Yes.
Yeah, we are looking forward to that. So Mr. Ba and Mr. Njai, thank you so much for joining us on the program. And we wish you good luck on this very brilliant initiative. It is the first, but we hope that it will be sustainable, together with UNICEF, to continue to ensure that they provide support to Clean Art, so that this initiative gets to continue. We do not want it to be just a one-off, because it's a very, very good initiative. So we'll just go for a short break, and when we come back, if you have a QSL line, I'm sure by now you have received a message in relation to Omar Champion Cham launching his poetry album called The Handshake. So up next, he will join us here. We'll just go for a short break, and we'll be right back.
With QCell's 5G network, experience speeds like never before with our new 5G Rocket Fixed Internet plan. Get speeds from 10 Mbps to 100 Mbps. Your 5G-enabled devices Walk into QCell headquarters to get one of our 5G routers and experience the true feeling of 5G. Only with QCell. QCell brings you the future. Tech, innovation, incredible speed. The future is now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply. QCell, the fastest growing network in the Gambia, now presents to you the eSIM. QCell's eSIM allows you to electronically scan a code and join the world of digital SIM cards. Customers with physical SIMs can easily switch to the eSIM as well. So rush now and get connected with an eSIM and start using the latest mobile technology with your trusted GSM operator. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply. Have you been looking for the perfect indoor router with long-range Wi-Fi coverage and faster internet speed connecting all your smart devices? Well, we present to you the QCell Indoor Router, a router that has all you need and much more. For just $4,275, you can get 4G plus internet speed, wide coverage, and connect up to 15 devices. That's not all. The indoor router can be used for both office and home needs. So, enhance your internet experience with our indoor router. For more info, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus. We innovate, others follow.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
Get a QCell SIM card for free. Yes, absolutely free. Walk into any of our customer care centers and get a SIM free of charge. With a QCell SIM card, you can get the fastest and the most reliable internet plus wide range of amazing services. So rush now to any of our care centers and get a free SIM now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell Sunyabus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking for internet for your free videos, pictures, chats, work, and school projects? Think free night browsing. QCell's free night browsing lets you browse the internet for
yeah la 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 la, yeah 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 la yeah la la la. Ma figan, do you feel so free? Ñëpp si suuf la ñuy jëm ñu mur ñu suñu sànke kon defal ndànk looy daw bay daanu bul di wane sa bopp ba sa àdduna yàqu suufel sa bopp yàlla gën la sàmm sa barke mën na egg sama xaama yokk yàlla da 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 da.
lu ma ñàkk suufee ci sa bot warta tax nga ma koo xoolee yokku sa escalier sori nit ñi ngir bañ ku la jege kon fàttalikul ne béy day weesu mbote te foog nga njëkk a doon liir balaa ngay doon waxambaane ndax enu sa bopp di puugaru du pour gor sa digg beew la lay or say laaf mu gor sa maxaama rot nga koy wër te doo ko mun a for ngay rëbbu ñoo doon tuutil ñu lay xool ci suuf fay la bor woto ni fam ma jiwo me dada a te tiñala hani nim fam waro ye tiña nun a be dada la mo baale minu be boyta ñin kurango le boyni ke bade ke sare hana me sobindi.
Mafigan, do you feel fianke? Nyap se souffle ni jam, nyumur nyosunyo sanke. Kon defal ndank, loy daw bay daanu bul di wane sa bopp, basa aduna yàqu suufel sa bopp. Yàlla gën la sam, sa barke mën na ek sama xaama yok, yàlla dalala.
Kill it, the pride and the ego. Live it, a threat you must let go. The seven skies are high, but their holes below. Your characters might hunt you down without saying hello. I could be your slave today and be your master tomorrow. Our gap may be wide now, but one day get narrow. Then if I'm in severe pain, will you heal me? If my wall is upside down, will you feel me? If I am in your position, will you need me? If I say no, will you plead with me? Then don't dig a hole too deep, it might bury your soul. Don't trust every ice away today for feeling too cold. Tomorrow is not promised. No condition is permanent. You can't dive the poison you omit. You cannot detect its scent.
Above the body back wide. When you say go come ne pride do jai. Adonani mudemeni bumla yopu wale. Dingare chului fayula dula musaba.
Daf ndank rek a wóor ndanga mën a yàkkloo suur.
Salera du leer ba jon jant bi sama gaay du jot bu yanant bi sa selaay du jot bu géej gi suufal sa bopp ndax àdduna amul solo àdduna amul solo.
Welcome back from that video, which is quite surprising because it's hard for someone to see music and poetry combined. But the person who will tell us why this is here with me, Omar Champion Cham. Congratulations on this album launch.
Thank you.
Which is a handshake, and you're telling us goodbye because it's your final one. I'm not sure about that. We will get back to that because I'm not sure this is going to be your final one. But you've been on the show several times and talked about your poetry journey. We're not going to go back to that. But we're going to now talk about the innovation that you've brought about, you know, joining the music and the poetry together. And, you know, it's such a special vibe.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Jennifer. And greetings to the beautiful listeners down there. Like you just said, this is like a home for me now. So I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we talk about a big day, but then when it comes to fusing poetry with music, it just came from the idea that you have to revolutionize poetry in order for the message to get deeper into the people. So that was what inspired it. And I can remember the first time I did this, it was with the same Barhama. And that was when we had the poetry cafe and we had the rhetoric. It was Give My Valentine, and he came with his lines, and that is where we started making it, you know, a custom to do so. And we did it at the before. It's wonderful.
Yes.
You don't just want to, you know, miss any part of it.
Yeah, it's really, really amazing. So you said a handshake. You're saying goodbye. This is your final album. Is that so? And why? Why do you think you have to move on from something that you love so much? Why so soon at your age? I mean, it's so early.
Xale bu ndaw.
Xale bu ndaw nga bëgg a bàyyi toog rek ne handshake doo defati poetry. Si noonu. Ah, wax ñu lu fa nekk luñ xamut.
Okay, so so that was the initial announcement was the final poetry album launch.
Loolu nga wax.
Yes, but like the way people misinterpreted it, it was more about my final poetry album, which was different. And some also misinterpreted to be my final poetry performance.
Okay, so then you misinterpret.
Yes, then you misinterpret. So
the plan was, buy poetry.
No, I cannot stop doing poetry. I cannot stop doing poetry.
Okay, kon lolu leral nga ko because lolu concept bu ñu.
No, it's not like I'm quitting. I cannot quit poetry at this time.
Okay.
Yes, but you know, there were a lot of backlash.
Okay.
You know, when I posted that, people were calling me, champion, what's going on?
Wow.
Like, you can't stop doing this now.
Like
we still need you around.
The fact that means people love what you do.
Yes, and people like, even on my Facebook post, like they'll be commenting all those things. I was like, bro. But just today I had a conversation with one of those that, you know, give me a lot of advice. They were like, avoid using that final word because people are not going to be happy. So I'm like, okay. Mako waxoon
waxeet bu Ablaye Wade bi nga ko def maa waxoon waxeet bàyyi na.
So is that you know, is the handshake poetry album launch, and we leave it at that. And like you said, the handshake actually signifies a lot of things. First, we use the handshake as a symbol of reconciliation, and that is where the bedrock of it is, because we know we are still in a healing nation. We also have a part of it that talks about collaboration to move the country, and we also have a part that really shows gratitude that for all these years that we've spent in the poetry industry, we want to say thank you. We shake your hands and thank you. We also shake our hands to solve certain societal problems and so on. So it's the Handshake Poetry Album launch, and Champion is not quitting poetry, and this might not be my final poetry album launch as well.
Okay.
Yes.
So yaa waxoon waxeet bi nga ko waxee da nga tiit.
Then my attack. Like I got a lot of attacks, and you know, I was like, I think it's just normal. But also there is a huge idea behind that, Tamit, because
léegi man li ma bëgg a xam mooy a bit controversial. Why poetry am na dëkk yoo xam ne soo fa demee comme exemple swearing in ceremony Joe Biden bi yaa ngi fa gis poet boobu kooku loolu dafa mel ni mooy woon breakthrough yam
Amanda
Gorman waaye fi mu nekk nii Gambia it's not where dama daan gis ne sa sometimes da ngeen daan mën a perform say high level events waaye looloo ngi fade away léegi so dama bëgg a xam lan mooy problème bi because it was this and to be honest it's doing this. I don't know if the main people are now busy or have taken other jobs or lan la why time boobu the amount of poetry bi ma daan gis at high level events I don't see that anymore. So what's happening?
Thank you. I think there are a lot of factors that contributed. So the level of awareness in the US and in the Gambia is very different. There is a huge gap. So let me say the United States value poetry more than the Gambia does. So Tambo wunon loy wax nonu comme Tambo wunon even bala ñuy am those high level performances then am mini performance ak yoy non but it was hard to get that.
Da ngeen daan dem sa gis naa da ngeen daan dem sa di leen ruube.
Wow, the nyan stage, like the one at Balamanga Egama stage. That's what we used to do. And then we got there, we performed at the highest level, at this independent state, at the State House and so on. And I think a lot of things happened, then that changed. I think one that I can be very sure of is that the level of appreciation of the art is not sufficient as far as we are concerned. But also the point you mentioned, few of those that were moving poetry like myself got busy with other engagements. Especially myself when I got at the National Youth Parliament, it kind of made me disengage from poetry a little bit. But regardless, it should continue moving. So this album is iconic for a reason. And one of those reasons is that it's going to create a space for a new breed of poets that are going to be mentored, given the required training, given the required connection, but also given the required platforms, so that that level where we've brought poetry to, it will go beyond that. So poetry is even beyond. It actually didn't go down. It's just a particular level. Monica, perhaps at the state level.
Wow,
like State House, Independence, celebration,
that important events, you know.
Exactly.
You know.
But you know, just last year we had for the first time had a Gambian participate in the World Cup of Poetry, and it was Bindu Sanyang. That didn't happen before, right?
Wow.
And we've been able to get series of international performances, even in Dakar and so on. That were not happening, So it's just a matter of perhaps get this state.
Visual.
No, I understand your point. It's like getting the government more involved in the poetry affairs, right?
Wow.
Yeah, so I think the event will be able to create that, because even with this event, we've got some good amount of support from the government.
Okay.
So perhaps we could use the platform to advocate for things like that, so that the next time we celebrate independence, the next time we have important ceremonies at the State House, we're able to get poetry be a center stage, just like how Amanda did it in the
When
US.
you came in, you know, a colleague of mine asked you about the fact that you've inspired a generation of poets who would even, you know, do poetry the same way you do it, want to use, you know, your same tone, your look, your poses and everything. So how do you feel about that? The fact that you've, you know, inspired a generation who want to even not be themselves, but be you.
Yeah, I think that's so flattering,
Yeah.
you know, because, for example, when we started doing this and when we had a vision, and honestly, one of the key among the visions was bringing acceptance of poetry into Gambians.
Yes.
Because we were at a time when Nanga X stage performs, you know, like, summarize us a poem. Imagine, that's like so disrespectful. While a guy performs and the DJ will be like, kuru, kuru, kuru. While MC will be like, thank you, that was a good performance. So they were at that level because people did not value poetry as they were supposed to. And now, to get us perform, we send you invoice.
Yeah.
You know, so that level of acceptance, we've got to that level. So seeing
So
young
you
people
send an
performing.
invoice of how much? Can poetry pay the bills? I can remember I've asked you this question before years ago.
Yeah,
you
right
know,
now.
and you were like, oh, we'll make it pay the bills.
Right
so
now-
is there a possibility?
Right now, poetry can pay the bills if
Really?
you're fully focused on doing poetry. Yes.
I nyata?
Yeah, so you can get, I think the highest performance fee I got this year was 30,000. Yes.
Look at you.
Yes.
Okay. I
Yeah, and that
like
was negotiated, you know.
Yeah, it could have been
Yeah,
more.
so,
50?
definitely. So if I, for example, if I was not at the youth parliament, if I was not doing anything, I was just focused on poetry, just performance,
Then you would have
definitely
made
it's
a
gonna
lot
pay
of
the
money.
bills. Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes you get busy and so on.
Okay.
So on that question, it is a bit satisfying to see young people doing like you do, and then it tells you that the work you are doing is creating impact. However, we always keep advising that irrespective of how much love you have for your star and so on, try to be original.
yourself.
Yeah, be yourself as much as possible. Be your authentic self, so that you create a brand. Wherever you present yourself, they don't have the killer. They will not look at you as champion or this. Exactly.
Wow, you want that.
Because man, even I remember when I started doing spoken word on the limelight and so on, some people were not used to that style. They were used to
It was
that
different.
see, blah, 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 see, blah, blah, blah. So I never
poetry
said
nag ñu waxante dëgg.
yes.
Previously no lan ko daan demee doxutoon de.
No, doxutoon kay moo tax ñu changé.
Doxutoon de.
Moo tax ñu changé.
Waaw soo gisee DJ yi di leen interrupt. Time boobu nañ waxante dëgg nag.
No, I might agree.
Add glitter.
Yeah, I
Te
might
loolu
agree.
mooy the importance innovation mooy tax
Yeah.
dara dem.
I might agree because we were too raw at the time as
You
well.
were too
We were
raw.
just pushing. We just wanted to get the
Ba
platform.
pare another thing lu ma observe woon si Poetry Gambia mooy literally du daan sax ees. Dama daan gis ñuy dem di jël poetry bu yaaga. Poetry stanza bi nga xam ne ñun ñëpp def nañ literature.
Waaw.
lii kii di wax nii xam nga ne kii bindut lii. man loolu
Yeah, yeah.
witness naa loolu.
Yeah.
duma dee déglu poetry to that extent waaye am na yenn yi nga xam ne phrases ak lii yooy wax. ñun dofuñ. xam nañ ne dëgg lii binduloo ko.
Dëgg.
So originality was also lacking.
Yeah, that's
And you guys brought that sense of originality in the whole process, which actually counts.
So funnily, a lot of Gambians then thought that as far as you want to do poetry, you have to get someone else's poem.
Pour nga read ko.
Pour nga read ko. So a lot of people had that concept, you understand? But at the end of the day, other people have participated, of course, in changing that mindset. A lot of people, especially the older generation and
Yeah,
so on.
yeah.
But when we came, we informed our fellow younger people that you
You
don't
can
have
do it.
to look for someone else's poem to become a good poet. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can do it yourself. And even as we speak, some people would text you and say, I wanted to use your poem for this particular...
What?
Yeah, it happens a lot.
So you
if
should
it is...
have copyright issues.
Yeah, sure. So we do tell them, like in my case, I would tell you, if you opt to use my
Give me
poem,
credit.
give the credit that I wrote the piece, so that it's very clear. Because the truth is, either you say it or not, people would know, because people are used to my poems.
It's a
I can remember
problem.
we attended this NECOL, and someone was participating in the poetry contest, and he used my poem, and he was disqualified automatically.
Are you joking?
Yeah.
Mu ñëw read sa poem.
Yes.
Xam nga du lii lay wax.
And
Plagiarism.
the audacity, the judges
more
asked him.
audacity.
They asked him who wrote this poem. He said, me.
Sa diggante.
I was sitting right. Yes, I was sitting right there behind the judges.
Okay, finally, critical question before you them, because we have another guest.
Yes.
Gambia dafa am trend bu ma fi nekk di gis among young people. Ku jóg binda book. Baalal leen ma nag si kaddu bi. Waxeew ma ko nu bon. Because man su ma sañoon Gambian si writer yi bari sakan. Waaye léegi dama gis benn trend si biir dëkk bi ne xona boo dugga kii mu ngee lunch book Paate lunch na book Samba lunch na book Demba ngee lunch book te book bi su ma ko ubbee I don't get it at the end of the day man ma dey get a lot of requests dama lunch book indi ma you dialogue I have to check your book fine nekkuma reviewer or whatever but lum si munti mel xam nañ hard work si lum duga so lan trend bi fan la jógee ba léegi ku jóg lunch book bugga naa nag nit ñu lunch book bu leen ma misquote lu maa wax mooy buggu ñoo encourage mediocrity si biir dëkk bi loolu la ñoo daw lan moo nekk di waral trend bi fan la jógee
I honestly have no idea for like trend bi jógee but it's also something I find very uncomfortable and conversation has been going on online. I remember one day my post on online and I was like, it's time to regulate the art. Maybe we should have a beef or something. Because the truth is, literature is so valuable. It should not just be any person that should come and just produce anything. No. That book, even the performance itself. You cannot just... Some people read essays and they call them poems. You understand? Some people will write passages and call them poems and publish them as books. So it doesn't make any sense. And I actually blame the reviewers of those books. Because the thing is, like very, you know, very recognized people
anyway.
that have done amazing work in the literature. No, but that's the truth.
Wow.
Very recognized people, like you're giving a work to review and you review, you don't tell the person the truth. Tell them, like, this is not good. So that is the point.
Why could you Samba Demba Paate? Then you want to dig parce que programme bi in as much as we're here to support young people waaye wax jigatam cala binda book bi daal mu ngi bëgg a bari si dëkk bi te foog ñu ut comme ni nga ko waxee ñu regulate ko literature comme noo ko waxee it's very valuable soo gisee nit di jóg di wax ne dama bëgg a def poetry jàmbur bu yaaga value bu si nekk la waaye books yi maa gis left right and center man di mu ngi maa bëgg a woori te comme ni nga ko waxee nañ regulate art bi so fu mu nekk ni event bi fan la ticket si ñaata la ak naka la moo demee QCell thank you for being part of the sponsors QCell jàppa nañ si tey kuy eewoo Gambia am QCell line
receive a message thank you so much for saying that Jay. First of all, if you're watching, just spread your hands. I'm shaking it. It's the handshake on Saturday, Samedi B, Benjamin Hall, and it's going to be at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. on the dot. Please, we nega for Gambian time. There's no Gambian time. Before we told them 5 p.m. Gaffer no chahat. I remember one artist that came to do a voice test. Muduga fega ni yung face hall. And dama duga re backstage. That's what voice and misa. So we don't joke about time. 5 p.m. nala fa feka. Ñu commencé programme bi. A big shout out to QCell. Diga try again. Thank you for sponsoring the program. You know, the publicity and so on. Te dama sen screenshot bama give up. They're like, you know.
Why ham nga yoyu mo la
dene.
Ham nga yoyu la dene.
Yeah, okay. They mustn't screenshot. You know that then head page. Mana guy will force it. Will squeeze.
So tickets here are how much and where can
$300 is advance. At the gate is $500. I'm not sure if you will have gate tickets because the advance ticket no more than any.
Wow.
Chances are that we may sell out before Friday.
All right.
VIP $1,000.
All right. Mujhe tak VIP.
Yes,
man foog naa man VIP so thank you so much Champion for joining us on the program. Like I said, tey dañ try by all means ñu focus on young people yi ak seen events yi nga xamante ne ñu ngi ko organise ci dëkk bi and it's amazing the diversity fii ñu ngi wax about climate change yow yaa ngi wax about poetry and someone else is talking about a disability awareness walk amplifying the voices of individuals who suffer disability. So we'll just go for a short break and when we come back we'll be joined by representatives organizing this particular walk. We'll be right back.
Into the Espas Motors showroom for your luxurious name brand vehicle. Located along the Bertil Harding Highway, Espas Motors is the Gambia's authorized dealer for Chery, Kia, Ford, and now we bring you the new Peugeot model 3008 SUV. 18-inch alloy wheels, 216 inches high ground clearance, keyless entry system, start and stop button, rear parking assistance system, reverse camera, adaptive cruise control with speed limit, LED daytime running lights, front and side airbags, 8-inch HD touchscreen. Not to forget our exquisite Peugeot Landtrek double cabin pickup with 2.1-liter diesel engine, 6-speed manual transmission 4x4, hill descent control, LED daytime running lights. Espace Motors, the authorized dealer for Peugeot. Visit us today or call us on 35-2222 or 353-4444. Looking for internet for your free videos, pictures, chats, work, and school projects? Think Free Night Browsing. QCell's Free Night Browsing lets you browse the internet for free. Oh yeah. Get a data SIM, recharge a minimum of $500 and enjoy free browsing after 24 hours from midnight to 6 a.m. every night for 30 days. QCell, Sunubus. We innovate, others follow. It's happy time. Get 50% off all calls to any network. Enjoy calls every day to any network from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Is it too good to be true? QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Get a QCell SIM card for free. Yes, absolutely free. Walk into any of our customer care centers and get a SIM free of charge. With a QCell SIM card, you can get the fastest and the most reliable internet plus wide range of amazing services. So rush now to any of our care centers and get a free SIM now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell Sunubus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
QCell, the fastest growing network in the Gambia, now presents to you the eSIM. QCell's eSIM allows you to electronically scan a code and join the world of digital SIM cards. Customers with physical SIMs can easily switch to the eSIM as well. So rush now and get connected with an eSIM and start using the latest mobile technology with your trusted GSM operator. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunubus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Get a QCell SIM card for free. Yes, absolutely free. Walk into any of our customer care centers and get a SIM free of charge. With a QCell SIM card, you can get the fastest and the most reliable internet plus wide range of amazing services. So rush now to any of our care centers and get a free SIM now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell Sunubus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV Youth Dialogue, and I am Jenna Basonko. And I'm now joined by Sarah Gillen as well as Goria Dako. Thank you so much for joining us. And these are the individuals spearheading a disability walk, ensuring that the voices of persons with disability are amplified. Sarah, thank you so much for joining us. I've never seen a disability walk before, unless it's a commemoration of a specific day that has to do with persons with disability. So how was this idea conceived?
Thank you, Jennifer, for having us, and thank you, viewers, for listening.
Yeah.
I think I will also say the same. In the Gambia, I have not actually been to any awareness walk, especially a disability one. I think this was conceived to celebrate my son's life. As you might know, he's the reason why we founded this foundation.
Yes.
And on the day we are celebrating this awareness walk would have been 1 year since he passed.
Yes.
So I was like, what can I do?
Yeah.
How can I make his memory visible? But how can I also amplify the voices of all the children that have disabilities in the Gambia and, you know, debunk that myth that they have to be hidden or they have to hide away at home or they are something that you keep away from the public eye. So that is the whole essence of this awareness work, to debunk that idea of being secret or being private. Yeah.
So as a young mom having a baby, you know, that had some form of disability. How did you deal with it? Because like you said, they're normally hidden. This is your first child, you know, with zero experience.
Yeah.
How was that journey? Eventually, before he passed.
Yeah. That journey was very difficult.
Yeah.
It was very difficult. My friends will testify that
Yes,
it was a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah.
Hospital trips.
Yeah.
Doctors telling you that nothing is wrong. Maybe you just have anxiety as a new mom.
Wow.
You know, you get that a lot. And sometimes you start feeling like you are losing your mind as a parent. Because you are the one saying, I think something is wrong. He should have achieved this milestone. Or he should have done this and he should have done that. But eventually, when they start realizing that, oh, maybe she was right, it's usually too late.
That's hard.
And that is the story of many, many parents who, you know, are keen to take care of their children's health. Sometimes they will tell you, oh, I fought this, I tried for this, but no one was actually listening.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
So as a friend, like you mentioned, you know, you're joining her, you know, with this amazing idea of the foundation to actually do this work. You know, how do you intend to do the work? After the work, is there any session that will take place, and what specific outcomes as well are you looking forward to?
Okay, so the work is on the 9th of July from 10 to 12. It's going to start from AfriCell. We're walking down to Westfield.
Okay.
After the work, we're going to have a dialogue. We're going to have dialogue with, I know Justice Defenders are coming.
Yeah.
We have Red Cross coming.
Nice.
Different people coming.
Action Aid as well, yeah.
Action Aid is
Action Aid, nice, I like that.
So we're trying to raise the awareness. That dialogue is going to have them voice out what they as an institution are doing to help or
Persons
voice
with
out,
disability.
persons living or persons with disabilities. So basically the dialogue is, apart from amplifying the voices, also building a network of people that will come to the event.
All right. That is so. How does this affect you as a mother? Do you sometimes say, "Oh, I'm gonna have to wait to have a baby," you know, because I know the pain is still there, you know, but you are a very, very, very strong woman.
Thank
the
you.
fact that you actually use this to stand up for other children, other mothers, I think it's really a beautiful thing. So, you know, we're always sending you some love and light for this initiative.
Thank you.
How does this affect you being a mom again?
To be honest, that's the reason why I'm not a mom right now.
Okay.
It takes a lot of processing and being intentional. I have come to realize something that maybe I was not told before.
Okay.
Is the fact that when you are choosing to be a mother, you're choosing to have any child.
Yes.
You're choosing to have a child like Ruel. You're choosing to have a child that is not like Ruel.
Yeah.
And that is a decision that sometimes we do not take with a lot of intention. We're like, yeah, I want a healthy, happy baby. But what if the baby is not healthy? Are you prepared? Are you going to give yourself that extra time to learn, to take out the time to take care of that child, to love that child, even if it's going to cost you more finances and more time? So that is why we have this foundation, to support other mothers like myself.
And prepare them.
And prepare them. Some of them are going through grief like me, but some people are still just journeying with their children. And it's not easy, it's very difficult. I have spoken to a lady, and her name is Ami. Shout out to Ami. She has a wonderful son, and she literally started doing a course as a nursing assistant just to take care of her son.
Look at that.
And I was so proud of her for doing that. I'm like, imagine the sacrifice you're doing just to learn more. But how many parents have that luxury?
They don't have that luxury. They don't.
So we really need our healthcare to, you know, sit up. And
Sarah, actually, let me tell you one thing. You've just impacted on somebody as well, because as a person who's not married and haven't had kids yet, you just actually made me start to think. Am I, you know, about this whole issue of bringing a child who's sick, you know, because you're not assured if the child will be deaf, or blind, or any disability that will happen. We need to mentally be prepared for that. And like you said, you were not told. So I think you are sparking, you know, a big conversation, which is very important for us as young people, particularly. So let's go back to the event, which is the most important. Are you targeting school children? Who are you targeting, apart from the organizations that have been invited?
Yes, we wanted to target a lot of schools, but the work would have, most schools will be on exams, so children will probably not come. But we'd have schools that are along the Caraba Avenue road to come out and like just to sort of wave,
Yeah.
some of them would actually join.
Okay.
We also went to Govi.
Okay.
I don't know whether you know Govi.
I do.
Yes, they are also joining us for the work. Even Red Cross, they are sending volunteers
to come and join.
to
And
come
the
join
date
the work.
is?
On the 9th of July.
On the 9th of July, and it's open to the public.
It's open to the
Yes,
public.
and I'm looking forward to joining as well.
Yes,
because
please.
one way or the another, you have somebody who's suffered disability. Because disability actually comes in different forms.
Yeah.
And, you know, we just have to accept it. So, Sarah, before we leave, any final words?
I just want to say that they are not necessarily suffering from a disability. You just have a disability.
Yeah.
And
which does not mean inability.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you are listening to us and you have a disability, we just want to say that we are with you.
Yeah.
Feel free to reach out, and as a parent, we are more than happy to have the conversation.
All right. Thank you so much, and
Thank
good
you
luck
too.
on the 9th. So that is all we have time for. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for QTV News, and see you next week.